Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. N. Srinivasan, the other dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to be here, to be asked to say a few words on 70 years of India Cements and 50 years of Mr. Srinivasan's contribution to the cement industry, to India Cements, and to the sporting fraternity. While there are more dignified people and more knowledgeable people to speak on Mr. Srinivasan's contribution to the cement industry, to the sporting industry, and like Mr. Sunil Gavaskar and Mr. Kapil Dev before me, spoke about his many contributions to Indian sport, to world sport, to Tamil Nadu cricket, to Indian cricket, to world cricket. For me, I think I'd like to speak about a few things that for me, I think, in a way, signify the man that Mr. N. Srinivasan is and was for me. I joined India Cements in 1994. I think it was April or May of 1994. So it's almost been 25 years since I've been a member of the India Cements family. And in those days, Mr. Srinivasan, I wasn't involved in Tamil Nadu cricket. I think the India Cements team had just come in from the second division into the first division. And when I joined the company, I was told that I didn't know Mr. Srinivasan at all. I was just told that, that Mr. Srinivasan is the managing director of the company. He's very interested in cricket. And I thought, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of managing directors, there are a lot of people who are interested in cricket. So yes, Mr. Srinivasan must be one of them. And I think we were playing our first or second league match. And we were playing in Guru Nanak College ground. And I think we were playing MRF or someone like that. And somebody said, Mr. Srinivasan has come to the ground. And I found that, really strange, the managing director of the company come to watch a league match. But Mr. Srinivasan was there. And that was something that was repeated so very often. Mr. Srinivasan would come to watch our league matches when we played at the Guru Nanak College ground. And not only would he come, and what amazed me is, when we would have, like Mrs. Rupa said, at the end of a long day, when long day's work and in the end of a cement work in a cement factory, everyone got together and we would have conversations about what happened in the day's work. The same way on a cricket field, we'd have a long day on the field and we'd come back into the dressing room and as most people do, we'd be sitting around and having a conversation or having a chat. And Mr. Srinivasan would join the chat and would join the conversation. And what amazed me in those early years was his knowledge, not only about cricket, but his knowledge about league cricket, knowledge about each and every one of us who was playing in that team. This was an India Cements team. I think it was Sridhar CC in those days. It was called Sridhar CC. And Mr. Srinivasan would follow the scores. He would not only know our scores, Mr. Srinivasan would know the scores of what was happening in other league games and how that would affect the table and how that would affect us. And I found that incredible. For someone, a young person like me just joining the company, to see that someone, the MD of the company, had so much time, had so much passion and love for the game. I think a lot of Mr. Srinivasan's achievements will be definitely recognized. I'm sure they've been encapsulated in this book. All that he's gone on to do for former cricketers, all that he's gone on to do for Tamil Nadu cricket, all that he's gone on to do for Indian cricket, professionalize the board, make it one of the most richest boards in the world. All that he's gone on to do for the ICC, make it one of the most vibrant organizations in the world. But for me, the core and the basic of everything that happens and all that it comes back to is really the love and the passion for cricket that Mr. Srinivasan had. At that time, he was not even involved in the TNCA, but he loved the sport. And that really comes shining through in Mr. Srinivasan. Every time that I meet him and every time that I think of Mr. Srinivasan, I think of someone who obviously was a great administrator, a great manager, a great leader, but someone who in the deep core loved the sport and truly loved the people who played the sport. And I think that always came through for Mr. Srinivasan. Mrs. Rupa said, and she said rightly, I think India Cements was like family. And it always feels like family. Even today I was at the Guru Nanak ground. I went there in the morning. And it was amazing for me to see that our groundsman from 25 years ago is the same. The markers from 25 years ago are the same. It is family. Six of us used to live together in a flat here. And Mr. Srinivasan would not only ask us about our cricket, but he would ask me, how's it going? Are you comfortable? Are you happy here? You've come all the way from Bangalore. You know, are you comfortable? Are you okay? I mean, I think that really for me encapsulates the essence of the man. Obviously, he was a really important person, a very busy person, but he had time to care. He had time to make you feel like it is family. And that's why we see so many people here who have been associated with the organization, with Mr. Srinivasan for so many years, who are here today with him. Because I think in a lot of ways, Mr. Srinivasan made you feel like family. So Mr. Srinivasan, thank you so much for all that you've done for Indian cricket, all that you've done for India Cements. But I think, thank you so much for the little things that you do. All the time, whenever you meet me, you ask, how are your parents? How is your mom? Small things like that. When my father had an operation, Mr. Srinivasan came to see him. When I retired, Mr. Srinivasan flew all the way from Bangalore. He didn't need to. He came. Even today, he'll ask me the small, basic things that make me feel like family. And I think for me, that's the essence of Mr. M. Srinivasan. Thank you so much for having me.